Here is the frequency schedule for KUSW. KUSW signs on every day, Monday through Saturday, at 1800 UTC on 15.225 megahertz on the 19-meter band. At 1900 UTC, we change to 17.715 megahertz on the 16-meter band. At 2200 UTC, we switch to 15.580 megahertz on the 19-meter band. At 0 UTC, we move to 11.680 megahertz on the 25-meter band. At 300 UTC, we change to 9.755 megahertz on the 31-meter band. Superpower KUSW signs off at 600 UTC. That's 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Superpower KUSW, this is Robbie Robertson, and somewhere down that crazy river. KUSW from the west to the world.
Superpower KUSW from the west to the world.
KUSW, Salt Lake City, Utah, from the west to the world, and that's Don Henley with the Boys of Summer. A couple of river tunes in there before that. Joe Cocker with Cry Me a River and Somewhere Down That Crazy River. That's from a brand new album from Robbie Robertson, an excellent record. He hasn't done anything, well, hasn't made an album in about 10 years. I'm sure he's been doing something. But since The Last Waltz, since the band broke up back in 1976, 77, somewhere in there, and he's come back with a real good record. This is Superpower KUSW. It's 2050 UTC right now here in the Mountain West. It's about 10 minutes before 2 o'clock, and we're about 5 minutes away from Dan Bomas and a news update here on Superpower KUSW.
Rick Cimino?
Superpower KUSW, Salt Lake City, Utah, United States of America, from the west to the world, from our compact disc machine. This is Fleetwood Mac, going back to the Bare Trees album and a Christine McVie tune called Spare Me a Little Bit on KUSW.
In the Philippines, the Communist Party made an illegal broadcast on the FM band today, accusing the government of human rights violations that followed a 48-hour Christmas ceasefire. In the central United States, winter weather is making travel miserable in Missouri, Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma. The National Weather Service normally uses conservative language in its forecasts, but today they're using the term skating rink to describe the roads in southwest Missouri. The bowl games yesterday, UCLA over Florida in the Aloha Bowl in Honolulu, 20-16. Gray won the Blue-Gray Classic in Montgomery, Alabama, 12-10, and Oklahoma State beat West Virginia 35-33 in a snowstorm at the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas. When somebody gets sick or hurt aboard a space station, he's a long way from a hospital. There will be no doctors aboard. So NASA is asking LDS Hospital in Salt Lake City to help it develop medical protocols for the space station. It's a computerized system that gives the paramedic who will be aboard the station some idea of what to do next. It's based on the HELP system at LDS. That stands for Health Evaluation Through Logical Processing. I'm Dan Bomas. From the west to the world, this is Superpower KUSW.
Take control.
We are Superpower KUSW from the west to the world. This is the Beatles.
Superpower KUSW, Salt Lake City, Utah, the United States of America, from the west to the world. Superpower KUSW, from the west to the world.
Superpower KUSW from the west to the world, and that's Steve Winwood, a song called Valerie. Came out a few years ago, but they put it back together, put it in a greatest hits package, and they're selling all kinds of them there for Christmas time. Superpower KUSW, I'm John Florence, and I'll be here for a little while. Faith Martin will be with you just after 3 o'clock our time. We're going to make a frequency change at that time. We'll be telling you about that in a few minutes. It's 2115 UTC, 215 here in the Mountain West, and that frequency change coming up at 2200 UTC. We will go to 15.580. That's 15.580 megahertz at 2200 UTC. Oh, a little over just under 45 minutes from now. Don't forget about that frequency change we've got coming up at 2200 UTC. We will go to 15.580. I'm John Florence. This is Superpower KUSW, Salt Lake City, Utah, United States of America, from the west to the world. This is the band on KUSW.
Superpower KUSW, from the west to the world.
Superpower KUSW, Everybody is a Star from Sly and the Family Stone. On KUSW, it's 2132, and coming up at 2200 UTC, we will be making our frequency change. We'll be changing frequencies to 15.580. That's 15.580 megahertz at 2200 UTC, just a little under 30 minutes from now. We also heard from the Steve Miller Band, a song called Wild Mountain Honey, and the band doing a song called Chest Fever from their very first album, Music from Big Pink. On Superpower KUSW, here's Bruce Springsteen.
Superpower KUSW, Salt Lake City, Utah, the United States of America, from the West to the world.